Okay, you guys, so I'm back. I was going to wait until tomorrow to do this, but since sister put a comment on my last video and pointed this exact same thing out, I am going to go ahead and talk about it. And then maybe tomorrow I can do another video on something on a lighter note. Okay? Um, so the thumbnail that I used was a ring of fire, and I captured it I on this television show where Elon Musk did a feature on young Sheldon, and that was on Monday. And I was saying how it wasn't a coincidence that his little feature part in young Sheldon happened on the same day that SpaceX launched a missile that may or may not have gone where it was supposed to go. And and by the way, I found that video clip. I'm gonna leave it below, okay? I just looked for it. I didn't think to look for it, okay? But I left it below. It's 30 seconds. You can watch it, okay, if you want to. So that was Monday. And then Minister Paul did a video yesterday, and two things caught my attention. The title of the video, which was A Blanket of Deception and something else. And this ring of fire where he is showing while talking about this MH87 event, black hole supernova thing that you're supposed to have sometime this year. Okay? And the sister pointed it out. I said, yeah, I saw it. And I didn't really want to put it in the last video. And I wanted to use Minister Paul's thumbnail out the middle of his video. Okay, you guys? So, the first thing that caught my attention because I mentioned this a few videos back that I needed to go back to a Call for Uprisings video and see what this Black Sunday or Black Monday event was. Chad did leave me some information about Black Sunday, I believe it was, but I still hadn't gone back to see what this Black Monday and the ties to football was, because the dream I was looking for it because I had a dream where it's a football on fire going through the air, and then it was a ring of fire going through the air also. And when a Call for Uprising did a video on this Black Monday event, and I believe it's ties to the Super Bowl, if you will, of college football that happened on Monday also. I wanted to go back, and I still hadn't gone back. So anyway, that's originally why I took the picture. And I took the picture on Monday because I was supposed to be looking for stuff on this Black Monday event. Okay, you guys? And I didn't think it was a coincidence, but and I still haven't looked at it. But when I saw this on Minister Paul's video, I was like, wow, like what's going on? The title of his video is talking about a blanket of deception, and he's also talking about this false alert in Hawaii of a nuclear missile being fired, and he's also talking about the MH87. He's talking about a blanket of deception and how they may, the powers that be trying to recreate some false sign in the heavens. And who knows, you guys? I mean, we know about Project Bluebeam, but what if they're sending all these satellites up there to create some type of you know project some type of imagery, or to they know something about what's going on in the heavens. They very well could be trying to create a false sign in the heavens as the Lord is showing all these other types of great signs in the heavens, like this MH87 event and lunar eclipses and solar eclipses that we just had, the blue blood red moon in conjunction with the lunar eclipse on January 31st. We're seeing some really great signs. So his whole point, not the whole point, but one of his points was they may try to create a false sign in the heavens, just like the Antichrist is a counterfeit of Christ. And but the blanket of deception, it also triggered a dream that I had. It was a dream, and it was like this igloo tent hut thingy, and out in the middle of nowhere. There was no buildings surrounding it, and there it was gray, and I know it was winter. It was kind of like Alaska, like a igloo looking thing, and there was a two people sitting side by side, I believe, and the chairs outside in the frigid cold, and the woman was bundled up. She had layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, and it appeared as if she was nursing a child, but she didn't cover the child in a blanket. The baby was exposed. I don't think the baby was naked, but the baby was exposed to the elements. And in that dream, it was a grayish, wintry looking scene, and um, it just to me screamed nuclear winter. But the title of his videos, The Blanket of Deception, and him also talking about this nuclear false flag alert, made me think. And I think he had a vision of some type of explosion, but it had to do with a star or something. Just made me think about this baby not being covered in this dream or vision. And this vision happened shortly after or before I had an open vision of those same exact missiles that Kim Jong Un and first fired off on the beach shore. It was like five or six and one to the side. I had an open vision of that. I don't want to talk about that because I already did an update on it. Okay, you guys, but it was one of them. It was the first most disturbing open vision that I had, to where I just was. It just was too much. Um, so let me see. So, like I said, when I see this ring of fire on Monday, I was supposed to have been doing some research on the Black Monday event in conjunction to football, and because of the football game in Alabama that Trump was going to be attending. And still, this ring of fire. When I first had the vision, there was fires. There was a literal ring of fire on a hillside in California. I was also thinking about ring of fire and earthquakes. I'm sure we had some major earthquakes. I don't believe they were necessarily in the ring of fire, but earthquakes or volcanoes erupting, one of the two or both. We had an eventful year last year. So I don't know, you guys. I just this ring of fire thing and this football on fire, still flaming, going through the air. It just that dream. It just I still haven't figured it out, but bits and pieces are coming together, I believe. And who knows? It's just not a coincidence that I saw this particular image and captured it, and then Minister Paul puts it in relation to this MH87 event. I'll leave his video below, and I'll leave the clip on little Sheldon. I don't know. I guess my eyes are I'm thinking about, also the Super Bowl in February, and then we have the Winter Olympics also in February, and and them not wanting to do the Winter Olympics because the tensions with North Korea is so high, and just I don't know. I don't know if it's nuclear football. I don't know if it's football. I don't know why this football was on fire. I do have to look for this Black Sunday event still, or Black Monday event. Okay, you guys, that's it. I just wanted to point out the sister who also caught what I saw, and she said it reminded her of my Ring of Fire dream. She also had a dream about jets flying very low, and there were U.S. jets, and it took place in New York, I believe. Maybe she'll reshare that dream on the comment section. Okay, you guys. I don't know what to make of it. Mr. Minister Paul has his own revelations about some of the things, but he's also confirmed some things for me. Also, you guys go check it out if you haven't watched it already. Okay. Good night, you guys. I'll talk with you tomorrow.